Okay.
Good band. Just saying.
We are transmitting on fucking cylinders and stuff. So
yeah,
welcome.
The AIDS. Let's go.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit episode 115. So it's hey, woo. We have the bird again, and it's Deus Ex again.
Deus Ex. So, you know that.
Yes, that one. And well, yeah, and I've got articles, so we'll just go into them after I have I need to finish my juice and then I can pour a pint. So
you need to finish the juice and then you can pour a pint.
I need to finish the juice. And
I knew it.
And then I can pour a pint.
Everything is fascist.
So everything's on hold until I can get my pint. Because that's how it works.
But you gotta finish the juice. The juice first. You gotta finish them. Every single one. You can't leave a single one.
All of them. And then that's how we do it in Scotland, man. You've got to finish the job before you get your pint. And that is one of the jobs.
No, it fucking isn't. Work shy bastard.
It's when it comes to juice. That's it. That's God damn it. Where the fuck?
You might like to know that I've got a caramel, Tonics caramel. That is a Scottish.
I had two of them yesterday.
There we go.
Oh, they're so good.
They are so indeed. Good. Fond memories of having first one as a school child.
Yes. Every school child should know what they are. Right. So this is the first crappy article. Which goes into if you want, we can go into the fucking PDF of where this shit came from. The PDF, it's amazing. It ends with saying the only difference between the Gamergate harassment group and normal people is there's more joy. End quote. But it's still somehow a harassment group. I'm not joking. This scientific study PDF says that on it. So right.
You haven't got across in your tone the large air quotes that should be around that. The very large air quotes around science.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant, right? It's so fucking good that it's worth a medal just because of how fucked up. Like, if this is what they think science is, they need to go back to school.
Well,
I can't believe
if they start off with a hypothesis. Any reputable scientist who has a hypothesis that's demonstrated to be wrong will change their mind. Now, we're not saying
this one doesn't.
We investigate this. This is what it is. But I'm going to stick with what I originally assumed.
Yeah, that's exactly what it fucking says, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Why did you bother in the first place? Why? You might as well. I mean, this is what happens. This happens a lot in the medical world as well, where, again, for similar reasons, where it's very difficult to make very solid, get very solid data on these things. In the medical world, it's mostly because of it's very difficult to get reproducible results, and you can't just give everybody random new drugs and so forth. And there's a lot of money in it. These are where certain things you may have heard of, cherry picking and other things, data manipulation. There's all subtle ways of manipulating. Well, there's all subtle ways of manipulating the data. So basically, what I was going to say is she's not even making the effort, the decent effort to try and fudge the numbers to look like what you want it to look, rather than just saying it doesn't look anything like what we want it to look. But I'm going to assume that's the homeopath's way of That's alternate medicine's way of saying it. It's like you just don't.
It's
You
not
just don't have.
science, man.
Look.
Okay, it's
Look.
not
Maybe
science.
your science says that it's wrong, but our science, our science. No, we can't explain it, but it definitely works when we do it. Definitely. Just
Yeah,
because your science says it doesn't, right? It definitely does. Okay,
because look,
just
if
gonna
our
have to
science
accept
says
that.
so. Look,
Just gonna
here's the
have to
paper.
accept that. Yeah, but I mean, when we do an investigation and it's wrong, then we're still right. And if we do it and it's right, then science has just proven our beliefs are correct. That's how it should work.
It's exactly how it works nowadays. I can't fucking believe it. Like I have.
This is how it's always been. It's just people's brains haven't caught up with the scientific method.
But I think what we should really do is
so you're saying when I was doing science at school, I was taught wrong.
Of course, because we need to drop science and we need to take science and do it from a more African perspective.
Oh fuck! That pissed me right off. Holy fuck! I nearly fucking choked me. I nearly punched out my cat. My cat was right beside me when I seen that video and I nearly punched it in the face. It's so fucking angry. It's like, fuck!
Yeah.
What is this?
It's basically just the same shit again. You know,
what is this doing in university? What is it?
There's a very definitive way of knowing why things happen, which is, you know, see if that happens, right? At the end of the day, the world isn't going to adjust itself according to my beliefs. It's like the walls aren't going to become gelatin just because I want them to.
Isn't it easier?
Could you imagine if the world was like that? Imagine it was actually possible.
But isn't it easier to
you would be like Neo in the Matrix. That's what it'd be like.
Well, exactly. But what happens when you have conflicts between? So you and me come into the same room, and there's a contradiction in what we have. So you say, right, all the walls should be made of iron brew bars, and I say they should all be Snickers. Right? They can't be both at the same time. This is kind of
no.
I don't know.
They could be like a merger of the two things.
But also, whatever you think is correct.
Okay, but isn't it way easier? Isn't it way easier just to blame everything on the patriarchy? Isn't that easier?
No,
it's much easier if you're just
blame it on the good times, blame it on the boogie.
Yep.
Blame it on alcohol.
Anyway, I'll get into this. I've got my alcohol now, so this should be good.
Oh no!
Well, actually, I'll be right back.
Anyone that
see, so I was right to call you a drunk like I called you.
This is going to be. No, once you've read this, you understand why you need to get fucking drunk, because this is.
Well, I'm already cringing just because it says Gamergate on it, so I'm like, oh god.
It's better. Anyway, right, okay.
Press the F11, cat, for Christ's sake, would you?
F11?
Yep.
Press Alt 4.
To get rid of that. Okay. I don't know. An analysis of Gamergate.
Oh, sorry about that.
What death?
You will be.
Fucking triggered. An analysis of Gamergate tweets found that users using the hashtag have older accounts, are more engaged, less joyful, and suspended less of. It was more joyful, actually. More joyful. So this bit's wrong.
Why would you be
more engaged and less joyful? Yeah, no.
Yeah, it has to be. That just doesn't make any sense.
I think it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I have read the PDF. So
anyway, correction.
This is Brad Glasgow's.
Brad Glasgow. Yeah, just tweet him and say you need to correct this.
No, I will.
Do it now. I want to see the evidence on this show.
No,
You're making a difference to ethical journalism, you fucking cat.
No, I'll do it later. We've got
Fair
lots
enough.
to go through.
Get on with it then.
God damn it. We're already 10 minutes into the show. Fuck. Right. Tweets, okay. Suspended less often than the average Twitter user. So a group that is basically all about harassment and stuff is more joyful, more engaged, and have older accounts and less suspended less often than the average Twitter user. This doesn't make sense. This science does not make sense. How can this be? Researchers released their paper titled "Measuring Gamergate: A Tale of Hate, Sexism and Bullying." So,
well, that doesn't exactly prejudice the paper. If it's pretending to be scientific, it should be an analysis. I mean, if you're going to have because that's the problem. You have to be neutral. So you can't say electrons are fucking shit bastards. An argument for why anti-protons are better. It's like, no, you can't do that. It's just silly. It's pointless. You've already bought it. You basically say, I think electrons are shit, so they don't exist. Right? Okay. Well, great, but
Okay, I'm back.
What would be a more neutral title? Something alongside an analysis
of
hashtag
Gamergate, an analysis of the hashtag, or
analysis of social mores implications on topics of. Well, you could say on topics of prejudice doesn't imply that you're or you can even say on social justice issues, because it doesn't imply it one way or the other. You could say saying on social justice issues doesn't imply the thing you're talking about is either good or bad, regardless of where you would fall on such use of language, right? It's entirely neutral. It's simply saying it is something related to this subject matter, which I think would be a fair way of putting it. So it's an analysis of Gamergate with respect to social justice. That would be a fair and neutral topic, I would say.
Yeah. But you can see right away where this is going, right? Just by the title itself.
Yes, indeed. That's my point about having a non-prejudicial title.
And it's full of data. It's full of data to contradict its fucking headline. It's full of data to contradict itself. And then at the end, it just basically goes, yeah, so all this information we're going to use to stop harassment groups online. And it's like, so you're calling a thing that wasn't a harassment group because you've got evidence of it not being. You're using that to clamp down on a harassment movement. Do you understand what you're saying? Do you understand? Do they understand what they're saying? They're saying the best people on social media are going to get shut down because.
Yeah, but they're the best people on social media, obviously. They just haven't got the proof for it.
Anyway, right, so ahead of the workshop of competition, whatever, right, that big word thing, methods of cyber safety in April. So yeah, it's cyber safety, and we have to stop cyberbullying. White paper contains
cyber sexing or get cyber STI.
It's computational.
I know. I knew what it was, but my brain wasn't with mouth. While the paper contains few surprises, some of the information is particularly interesting. Looking at 1.6 million tweets between June and August of 2016, the researchers found that 340,000 unique users participated in the Gamergate hashtag. Previously, the only data we had about the number of Gamergate supporters was around 1,500. 150,000 collected by Chris back in late 2014 and early 2015.
Chris Cephale? That's Polish, I'm sure. I'm not sure. I don't fucking know, do I?
He
some Johnny Foreigner.
That. Yes.
Some Johnny Foreigner.
Further, despite the claims by many that Gamergate is mostly filled with salt puppet accounts created specifically to support the movement, this new analysis has found that Gamergate supporting accounts tended to be older than the random sampling of baseline accounts. The main age of a Gamergate supporting account was 9,000.
3 years.
No.
Let's just say 3 years. It's easier.
3 years, nearly half a year older than random users, which is
Just under 3 years, by 100 days.
The report found that Gamergate. The report also found that Gamergate supporting accounts are much less likely to be suspended by Twitter for violations of its rules than the average user. While 20% of the baseline has been suspended, only 9% of Gamergate supporting accounts have been. Wait, but if it's harassment movement, why aren't they suspended? Don't understand. The researchers stipulate that this may be due to Twitter catching a large number of spam accounts, but present no evidence to support that claim. Of course not. They don't need evidence. Gamergate's a harassment, sexist movement. The researchers compared the tweets with the hate-based open source database and found Gamergate supporters use specifically more hateful words than average. The only significant difference in tweet content was that Gamergate supporters tended to be it says less joyful again. I'm pretty sure the paper does not say less joyful.
Oh no!
I don't even know what the fuck that means. How? I mean, what does it say? I mean, you could say, happy, joy, was it like Ren and Stimpy?
No. It means that they're that when they use the hashtag for Gamergate, they're pissed. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
They're
Maybe.
I'm creating thousands of fucking images from Image Flip or something. I'm having a fucking whale of a time just shit posting. It's like,
exactly.
I mean, I used to do a lot of that because I had nothing better to do, basically.
How dare you?
Just I know. Fuck it. It's like, why not? This is fun.
So it contradicts the narrative that Gamergate
playing the game of Twitter, the most deadly game.
Verdant content out of anger, and said GG users are less joyful, and this is a subtle but important difference. They are not necessarily angry, but they are apparently not happy. Considering it's a movement of people unhappy with games journalism, censorship, journalism in general, social justice, among many other topics.
Well, how about these games journalists start having some integrity?
God, they're some of the most miserable bastards in the world. Their job, ostensibly, is to review games, and apparently they fucking hate all of them.
Yeah.
Apart from ones made by their friends, obviously. So how the fuck is that? How the fuck is that not just basically at the zero joy level? You fucking hate your job. You don't want to review any of the games you have to review. You don't want to do what you do. You think it's absolute waste of fucking time. How can you not be the most miserable fuckers on the planet? You're pretty sure anybody who disagrees with you on any topic is a rapist. He's killing. He's got to finish the juice. He's before he starts drinking and beating his wife to bloody pulp. I mean, how are these people not fucking just depressed constantly? I don't know. Presumably they are.
They fucking are. They're miserable bastards. Anyway, this is the PDF, and I'm sure it says on here.
Should have used the highlighting tool.
I know you found it.
Control F, motherfucker.
Just. I'm trying to find a bit. I'm pretty sure it says more joyful than normal people.
You may have misread.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm trying to find it. Oh,
just go to the conclusion.
It does say less joyful, and this is subtle but important difference.
That's basically the exact quote there. Yeah.
So, 6 different emotions: anger, disgust, fear, joy, sadness, and surprise. Gamergate is not happy, basically, and it's not anger.
Does it say here how it determines who is or who is not Gamergate, as it were, the infamous hacker known as Gamergate? How do they determine that? Presumably at the beginning. Otherwise, none of this means any fucking thing. Keep them going up.
Very social as well. Look.
Right, it's going to be right at the top. I hope it is anyway, because if I don't even define who the fuck a supporter is, it's going to be very difficult. That's just an introduction as to what the fuck is going on. Roadmap in this paper. Paper organization. Detecting abusive behavior. No. Analysis of Gamergate. You know what? Served as a seed word to build a data set of abusive behavior. Well, the document lines which individuals on both sides of the controversy using it examining unambiguous hashtags associated with tweets. Google harassment related tweets. It doesn't say anything about people as far as I can see. I'm trying to find it. Anybody else?
Data collection.
Yeah, well, I mean, it says using the hashtag, but do they determine specific users, or they just say who's using the hashtag? Because obviously, because anyone can use the hashtag, you can say you could say the same thing, but they're actually people who I don't know, just have no interest in any of the things. They're just use it, or they hate it, and that's why they use it. I mean, you could do the same presumably for any hashtag which is in a way popular. Presumably the same sort of things would occur. That's what I'm looking for. Is presumably they have some way of differentiating. Otherwise, otherwise it's misleading entirely. That somehow what they're analysing would be people they would say are supporting. So hang on. As mentioned, the game is sampling. It's likely associated with tweets and hashtags in the same tweet as Gamergate. Blah blah blah. Okay, so a manual combination reveals they do contain a number of hate words, blah blah blah. Okay, so right, that's basically what they're saying. If you have Gamergate and one of these ones, then that's a sign of abuse. But what if I said I think kill all niggers is reprehensible, and as someone who fully supports hashtag Gamergate, you see, there's no context to this.
No,
it seems
not.
Like this is a problem, because you could say
the whole thing's a problem.
Well, I mean, this is a problem, right? If you're going to make statements like how active are Gamergaters, and it doesn't seem to be outlining anywhere how you determine who a Gamergater is. This is what I'm trying to find here. I may have missed it. Did you read all of this? That's what I'm trying to find. No,
all of it, because I was just like, oh, for
something else. I mean, that's the main thing, basically. All this stuff about with fucking sets and shit.
They've got all this shit here, right? But this doesn't mean anything because they've done it wrong.
Do you know what I mean? Garbage in, garbage out. Unless you can, if you're going to say if you're going to make a simple statement, how active are Gamergaters, you've got to know what a Gamergater is. If you made a statement, how active is hashtag Gamergate, that's an entirely different thing. They can talk about hashtag Gamergate, but then making the jump to Gamergaters,
that's fucking idiots.
That's a bait and switch. That's basically it says measuring Gamergate, a tale of hate, sexism, and bullying.
Look,
that could
you're
actually
from
be
London. You're in London. Go down there and beat the fuck out of every single one of these.
Listen to me, for the love of fuck, because this will demonstrate just how intellectually bankrupt this is, right? So you could actually say measuring Gamergate, a tale of hate, sexism, and bullying, but there is no implication there that, of course, if you're going to then define someone as being a Gamergater, there's no indication that it's necessarily the case that the Gamergater is the one who is hating, who is sexist, and who is bullying. This is a problem, right? It's a massive bait and switch. As soon as they've got to 4.1, that's a bait and switch, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Right, because you've gone from this is about the hashtag Gamergate and all these various things to, well, we've talked about how everything is, and now we're going to talk about what Gamergate is doing. Now, the reason why I say this is because you could all the people.
I could say it. I could do the same thing with Black Lives Matter.
Well, indeed, right? I'm sure that I know for a fucking fact there are plenty of people going to Black Lives Matter to fucking talk about nonsense, and I've seen plenty of people support it, talking about fucking, it's about time we kill all the whiteys. It's just
exactly.
it's so much there's so much bullshit here, not just here. I mean in general, right? It's like It's not a very long paper. I have to probably read it. See, the problem is you throw in a couple of functions with you can stop scrolling. Just one of the functions, please. One of the functions, please. Stop.
At least they actually did some research.
Well, it's all this stuff, right? It's like all these distributions. These are the things you can analyze. It's like all these fucking curves seem to be the same. Don't see how that's fucking helping you with anything. It's pretty much just gone to a flat line. Why? How is this information looks pretty useless to me from these graphs, basically?
Because it looks fancy. Because it's got maths and stuff in there.
Yeah. I mean, just at the end of it, you just see.
Well, this is the thing. This could even
full of hate groups.
This could even be simply an artifact of how they're doing this. It's like most of those curves look fucking useless to me. All
of them are the same from the baseline. They're basically the exact same as the baseline, except a wee dip now and then.
Well, that's kind of what you see. This is the thing. That's kind of what you would expect anyway if you're comparing two things. It's more what I'm trying to understand is why the curves exist. Okay, so you've got the count age, right? Number of posts. Well, yeah, I kind of would expect the number of posts to go up. This is. I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to measure here. Was this cumulative? Oh, right, it's a cumulative frequency. That would make sense, and that's exactly what I'd expect cumulative.
Okay, but what are they trying to prove?
Yeah.
Well, that Gamergate is about hate, sexism, and killing all the Jews.
With graphs, with a bunch of graphs.
I don't know. It's very difficult because I can't really see them this well because
they're really crap unless you.
They don't look
like zoom in.
They don't look like they really tell you anything. It's just looking at them. I don't see what insight I'm supposed to get from this.
Was it people like Anita Sarkeesian, whatever, that coined Gamergate, or was it the actual gamers that coined the
It was Adam Baldwin who actually used it.
Really?
Yes.
See, you put gate on the end of something when it's a controversy.
It's fucking Americans.
Well, that's because it was a controversy.
I know, but now
journalists being assholes, basically. That was the controversy.
Actually, out of all the gates there have been, this is probably one of the few that's actually somewhat related to the one that started it all off with Watergate.
Yes.
Because obviously it was journalists who were like spying on the Democrats.
That's why he done it. That's why Baldwin named
but there's
it.
But there's a whole load of other fucking gates which are just called gate because that's just a suffix you use. Because Watergate was such a fucking huge thing. That's why, basically. But I'm with anybody who's like, be a little bit more imaginative. But on the other hand, that would be difficult. I know. So
my favorite one to speak though is Sofagate. That's my favorite right now.
Yeah, but this is what Gamergate is. Gamergate is now it's a thing. So there's nothing we can do about it. So.
No, but the way they use the term Gamergate now, it's like Gamergaters.
That's them. They're fucking retarded. That's them trying to put people in groups again.
This is what I love about it. For some reason, I don't. Why is this? They go so fucking mental of it. It's like
but
Gamergate was. It's like okay, well that's great. You seem to be. In fact, if anything, I would. It's like
they've made Gamergate into their own monster, though, right?
Exactly, just to make them froth at the mouth, so I can stand back and laugh.
When I say Gamergate, I think that Gamergate was the scandal where the girl was sleeping with the five guys, and she had them and Otaku, and they had them doing the positive reviews. That was Gamergate. I don't consider this stuff now to be Gamergate because that was the event that happened. They called it Gamergate.
That's why I'd encourage it as much as possible because the credibility keeps diminishing with every.
But that's not what this is.
No, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. Gamergate elected Donald Trump. Don't you know that? Like Gamergate is their bogeyman. That's why it's so fucking brilliant.
Nothing outside of America matters. Right, you got to remember that. That's the first rule. Like, obviously, me and the cat both flew over to America to vote as illegal immigrants.
Even though
we should be applauded by Hillary Clinton, despite the fact that we
if you handed him a game controller Okay, but if you handed Donald Trump a game controller,
he'd look like we emigrated again. We were very considerate immigrants. We immigrated just to vote, and then we emigrated again. It was.
I'm just saying though, if you give Donald Trump a game controller, he will look like your gran. You know.
Hey, my gran was pretty fucking good with the Wii, so
she liked playing with the joystick, did she?
She liked playing. No, she liked playing the bowling thing on the
joysticks anymore. Nobody has joysticks anymore.
Really, she was dead before the Wii came out.
No,
but anyway,
my point is that Donald Trump wouldn't even know how to handle a game. He'd be like, "What is this?"
He would know how to use the Wii. Yeah, I could see him playing. I could see him playing Wii bowling and Wii golf.
I'm sure the motherfuckers had a Pac-Man machine in his fucking house.
I'm sure.
Were you making a pee joke?
Look.
Is that a pee joke?
I have evidence. I have evidence that Donald Trump has a Wii.
That is a horrible.
In the Oval Office. Look, he's fucking Gamergate. He's got a Wii in the Oval Office and he plays golf on it all the time. I know this for a fact.
It just happens at the golf club. The golf club is actually a customized Wiimote, and the ball is just there for aesthetic purposes, but otherwise it's entirely Wii based.
He's a complete Gamergate.
Yeah. Baron Trump.
He was
Baron
with
Trump's
us
in there every day playing Wolfenstein.
Definitely. Yep.
You know.
Pretty much.
Because he's Hitler.
No, playing Wolfenstein as the Nazis, of course. He's trying to stop J.B. Blauskritz.
Yeah.
Yep. Because Baron is a Nazi.
That fucking American Jew is coming around shooting up on my man. I've got to stop that.
No. Fuck that Jew. Fuck that Jew.
How has he killed so many of our people? We've got to retrain our fuckers. It's just one guy. Fucking shoot him.
Baron Trump has
I'm going to fucking shoot you guys myself. You're fucking useless. It's one guy.
Yeah,
he's killed fucking thousands of you.
Thousands. Anyway,
fucking hell, we're gonna have to step up Oppenheimer on that fucking nuclear bomb, because apparently that's the only way we're gonna stop this motherfucker.
We need to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn when this is done too.
We will. I'm going to send that PDF to in the chat thing on the Hangout, so you can check it out. There's the link straight to it. Right. What have I got to do now?
Something else.
Yes. YouTube has got to go because it's like so. Yeah, tune into the radio if you're on YouTube watching. Tune into the radio at aerithradio.co.uk. There's 2 play buttons. There's one at the right hand side at the top. It's a wee radio box thing. You can click on that, or you can click on the big one that pops up. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen on the website, and you'll be able to hear us.
More condescending instructions on how to use a website coming up.
Well, look, some people have asked. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It's more fun to trigger you than it is to talk
I get asked.
I can't believe that.
I know, but yes.
Well, there we go.
All right. Well,
and I don't want to have it playing as soon as you fucking thingy up the website, because that's just fucking rude and awful, and it's bad web design. So
yes. Just have one big button. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Hit this fucking button, you cunts.
Good. We can watch. Now we can watch The Last of Us trailer.
Yeah. Yes. There was something else that I wanted to do. Anyway, right. See you, YouTube guys. Go to aerithradio.co.uk and you can join the stream there. There's a chat thing. I don't know if anyone's looking at it, but there is chat there as well. So yeah. Bye.